people. I'm just drinking my coffee right now. I feel like the frame right now kind of looks like I'm anonymous. I'm thinking about making some paint today. I've never made paint before, but I've been gathering all the supplies and stuff to start learning how to make natural paint. So I'm thinking I might start on that project today. To make the pigment, I was just using my mortar and pestle and grinding up some dried flower petals. I've been collecting flower petals over the last few months. Whenever grinding pigments, you're supposed to wear a mask at all times because you're not really supposed to inhale the pigments. I don't know how dangerous flower petals can be, but I know that like if you're grinding up like rock and mineral material, then you should definitely be wearing a mask. Hello. So I'm about to mix some of it, which I'm really excited for. I don't have any aluminum tubes, or I'm making acrylic paint, so I would put it in like aluminum tubes for storage, but it isn't such a difficulty finding them. So eventually I'll find some, and then I'll like pre-make my paint and put it in the aluminum tubes, and I can just use it whenever. But for now, I'm just going to make a test a little bit because I'm like really excited to see what it's going to be like. So I have an acrylic binder. My goal is to make completely natural paint at some point, but the whole process is a little bit like a lot to learn. So I started out with just like acrylic binder that you can buy from any art store, because I was finding the natural acrylic binder to be very expensive, and also like all the ways to create your own binder to be a little bit confusing. So I thought I would start with this first step, and then eventually I would move to fully natural paint. So what I have for supplies is an acrylic binder. I've got a picture frame, a big picture frame because it has a large panel of glass in it, a snow globe, which is for molding the paint like this, like combining them so that there's like no powdery substance. It's just like all like mixed together well. And you can do that with a muller, but mullers are very expensive, so I thought I would try with a snow globe first that I got from my local thrift store. We'll see how it goes. I think I'll do like a sketchbook page where I test every single one of my paints that I make, natural paints that I make over time, and then I can like see them all like pink petals, like this, that, and it'll be really cool to see them all. I'm excited. So editing Callie has learned a lot since last week, at least about some of the mistakes I made in this next process of paint making. The first one being that I added way too much white acrylic in this one, as well as binder, and not nearly enough pigment, so it was basically just white. I've watched quite a few more videos now on it, and the best way to do it is to kind of create like a volcano shape with your pigment, and to use quite a bit more than I did, and then to put your binder, whatever that's going to be, inside the little like kind of hole that you made in your volcano shape of pigment. I also learned the reason why my DIY idea of a muller, a snow globe muller, didn't work out. And that's because mullers actually have, the bottom of it is kind of like chiseled away a little bit. It's more like sharp, and so it like grinds up the pigment more than like a smooth snow globe would. I missed a step. I forgot to sift the powder, and that way like you don't get any of the bigger chunks, you just get the finest chunks of powder. Totally missed that step, and I do think it had an effect. I feel like my yellow is still powdery. I couldn't get all of the powder out. I don't know, we'll see how this goes. I feel like I have a lot to learn still, because both of these are so like not very pigmented at all. Like I wanted them to be brighter, but adding more pigment seems like I'm adding so much pigment. I'm gonna chill and eat my pizza and practice with using these paints. The one where I added white paint was way too white. I would have had to add so much pigment to make it like pigmented. Since my natural colors came out super light, I still wanted to use up the paint that I had made, but I brought out some of my other acrylic so that I can mix together with it and use it all up. The next day I came outside to finish it up. I wanted to add some pencil crayons to add a little bit more texture, as well as some more lines with my Posca pens. I know in my last video I was talking about how I didn't really feel like I knew how to use pencil crayons in a way that I like, and this is kind of one way that I'm learning that I do really like them, is combined with other media, and that way it gives like lots of different textures. I really like that. To draw some flies in there, and then they immediately took center stage because this is now their swampy love story. I just need someone to keep me close and hold my dirty hand. I decided I wanted to kind of change up my wall space. I like to change it up every now and then because when I have the same art up there for too long, I just don't find it quite as inspiring. I like to kind of curate it of like similar colors and stuff. Right now I'm putting up a lot of swamp and mushroom art. The strawberry painting I finished up in the other week's video, I also wanted to put that up on the wall, so I had to put some hanging hardware on the back. It was actually kind of funny. I had to hold the tiny nails with a tweezer so that I was able to hammer it in, because even my finger was too thick. The hammer would have hit my hands. So yesterday it was a really rainy day. It's a really rainy day today. Makes me feel kind of cozy. And yesterday I forgot so much stuff that I needed for painting, so I ended up not being able to do the painting that I wanted to do. So I'm going to do it today. It's quite exciting because I got a new sketchbook. Lately I've kind of just been drawing in whatever sketchbook is around, different ones, nothing special. Artwork here and there and everywhere. I'm going to be doing the opening page of my sketchbook. I like the shape of it. I like how it's like long this way. I'm decorating the front of my sketchbook and the back of my sketchbook with some of my sample stickers. I want to get some other artist stickers over time and then have like a collection of stickers on my sketchbook. I feel like I've never really had like a special sketchbook, so I'm really excited to get this one because I got it, I don't know, with some kind of intention in mind that I wanted it to be pretty. Not that I want to put too much pressure on like every drawing to be perfect. I just want to be able to draw on it as well, but I do want to do it with a little bit more like meaning. Like I'll probably come up with ideas before putting them in here than just like doing random things to get my mind flowing, if that makes sense. I'll probably use a different sketchbook to just do random stuff to get my mind flowing. So yeah, I've never done like an opening page of a sketchbook before. It was pretty exciting to do. I decided to do kind of this whole mushroom village, and then on the little markers that are welcoming you into the village, I'll write like Callie's sketchbook beginning and ending at a certain date, and that way I can look back in the sketchbook and know in a very aesthetically pleasing way when this sketchbook was from. When I was going on a walk the other day, I saw these fly agaric mushrooms. They really surprised me. I was so happy to see them. I love seeing mushrooms, and I'm so excited that mushroom season is beginning. This fall felt much harder than ever before. That wall we ran into tore lots of hearts. Yeah, so this is the biggest fly agaric mushroom I have ever seen. I only got really interested in mushrooms the last couple years, but yeah, this is the biggest one I've ever seen. So I decided that I wanted to turn it into a mushroom house as well. What inspired me to turn it into a mushroom house is that here in Whistler there's like a local photo competition for fungus, and they have 5 categories, and one of the categories is fungal fun, and like I was hoping my mushroom house might win that category. When you win, you get a mushroom guidebook. I was lucky to win last year one of the categories. It was also with a picture of a fly agaric mushroom, but that one was not nearly as big as this one. That one was like maybe half the size of this one. I honestly got a little bit impatient drawing this drawing because I was using watercolor, which I find to be a little bit of a slow medium. Not that I really had to wait around for it to dry much, because I always could be working on a different mushroom house. Oh yeah, by the way, the inspiration for these mushroom houses I found on Pinterest. I kind of just copied different cute little mushroom house ideas. I'm going to put a link in the description to my Pinterest board where I collect kind of all my reference photos that I use. Not all of them, but like the ones I find on Pinterest. But yeah, I really just wanted to get to the details of it because I was so excited for the tiny details, the little grass, the little lily pads, the little moss and stuff like that. And I wasn't really in it for the whole like long thing of layering it up and making it feel like complete, but I got there in the end. I also feel like I just totally winged it when it came to kind of the background. I really want to work on my background skills of like having a faded image in the background that really like creates a whole environment. I tend to do the foreground first and then like just try to put a background in and be really confused about the lighting of it all. There's going to be another video in 2 weeks. If you liked this one, hit the subscribe button down below, as well as the little notification bell so that you never miss a video. If you made it all the way to the end of the video, drop a mushroom emoji in the comments. And don't forget to like. Okay, bye!